with Miss Table. Hey, it's your girl Lori. Hope you guys are having a great and wonderful day. You guys, first of all, I want to say what's up to Replay Gang. Today is going to be a quick live. I don't think we're going to be on here long, but just to give you kind of like a recap, we're going to play in some makeup. And y'all, I want to talk about the situation that's going on with Rasheeda and Kirk and their children, but I really want to talk about women. Stop putting the men in your life in danger. Like, we're going to talk about this because that whole situation that's going on with Kirk and Rasheeda's children is a great way to open up this conversation that I think that needs to be had about domestic violence, as well as other people getting involved in those type of situations. So we're going to talk about that. What's up, Kat? Hey, girl. Hey, Angela. Angela, I need to ask you something too about Louis Vuitton. But yeah, let's get into it. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. We're drinking coffee. I don't have a haul this week. I'm trying to think, did I get anything? Oh, I did get something. But you guys, I got the Fleur had a sale, and so I did pick up a full size of the strawberry letter. You guys know I had a travel size. My cousin hit me on to it. I picked up the full size of it. Oh, and I also picked up, which I gotta go pick up, Bath and Body Works, their Vanilla Ease perfume. So if you watch my Bath and Body Works video, you know how I feel about this Vanilla Ease scent. So I'm gonna wait for a few more people to get in before we get started. So in case those that don't know what's going on, I'll explain to you allegedly. Let me put that out. This is just what I've heard, read, and my opinions. My opinions of what happened. But I really don't want to really focus on what happened. I just want to kind of focus on the topic at hand, if that makes sense. And I think I'm gonna go for a real light beat, y'all. I almost, let's try this tonight, y'all. I want to use this. You guys know how I feel about the Natasha Denona Hygiene Bronze. I want to use it by itself with just a powder, but the powder that I want to use is my Giorgio Armani bronzer. I kind of want to see how that looks. I'm gonna play in some makeup tonight. I kind of want to see how that's gonna look as a quick run out the door type of makeup look. That's what I want to do. So how have you guys been since we last spoke last week? How's your week been? Let me know. Yeah, so we're going to use this. You know what? I think I'm going to use a concealer because I know I'm going to probably need a concealer. So, where's my Natasha Denona concealer? Because I do like that. Oh, Kat, I hope things get better. You know it's only a season, right? It's only a season. Hello, y'all. Let's start off with my Natasha Denona concealer because I do want to add the concealer, and I think this is, I can tell you the color. I can't tell you. Yeah, I don't know why they make stuff so freaking little. But I want to say it's the F9R. So we're going to do a little concealing. Not much. Yeah, my dark circles. Hey, Cole. Cole in the building. I'm going to go a little bit around the mouth. Yeah, I shaved around my mouth. Can you tell? I did a little shaving.
You've got mail.
No, I got mail. Let me turn my phone off, y'all. Oh, I do want to talk about something else right quick.
You've got mail.
Okay, let me turn y'all. There we go. I do want to make an announcement. Why? Let me get this. Let me spread this out a little bit.
You've got mail.
Girl, didn't I just put this on mute? All right, I do want to say this. You guys know I am a huge fan of TonyDaily.com. 95% of all of my earrings are from Tony Daily.
Mail.
Oh my God. Hold on, y'all. How can I mute this? I'm in a family group chat, y'all. I don't want to delete it. How can I mute it? Let me snooze the chat for 24 hours. There we go. All right, y'all. Let me go back to what I was saying. So you guys know I'm a big fan of TonyDaily.com. 95% of my earrings, a lot of my wigs are from her. Well, you guys, in case you don't know, she is from Canada. And because of the tariffs, she was saying that they're going to be having, I guess, shipping to America is going to be a little bit more difficult. So she is having a sale, and I'm going to tell you about it. So if you have been thinking about making a purchase from Tony Daily, she will be having a clear out sale, 30% off all wigs and jewelry, no code needed. And it's TonyDaily.com. And she's doing a clearance. Let me see, when is the sale over with? So the sale will be over. Well, it doesn't. It says after August the 29th, I may not be able to ship to the United States. So basically, you need to get your order in before then. Because after the 29th, she may not be able to ship to the United States, you guys. So if it's anything that you were thinking about getting from her, this is the time to do that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to add it to my stories on Instagram. So just in case, you'll be able to see it on my stories. All right, I just added it on my stories. So that is what's going on with that. Hold on, let me catch up on the comments. Right. The phone is steady going off. Did anybody pick up anything through the Ultra 10 times the points? I did not pick up anything. I saw it and I called myself was going to go back and never went back, child. Never went back. I got a cruise to pay off. Okay, y'all, let's get into the conversation because I don't want to be here all night. I'm going to try so hard to really stay within this hour. And for those that came in, we're going to try a quick, simple face. I want to use the Natasha Denona Hydrogen Bronze and top it with my bronzer from Giorgio Armani as a quick little, throw on a few things, and going out the door. Because I do like the coverage that bronze gives my skin. But I did go in with a concealer from Natasha Denona. I just want to see, can I use this as like a quick 5-minute face? Because this, y'all said that concealer did the job. Like, what? All right. How many of you guys are familiar with what's going on with Kirk and Rasheda's children? specifically, well, all it's the daughters involved. 2 of the sons are involved, and it's a really bad situation. Are you guys familiar with this situation? You gonna like that, right? Yeah, I think it's gonna be nice. So good to see you being worried about you. When we ain't talk. Okay. We'll talk, girl. We'll have to catch up. Well, I thought we talked. All right, y'all. So that's the concealer. And I'm not going to set it yet because I'm going to set the whole face. Let me give you a rundown as to what I'm talking about and what is going on. If you're familiar with the show Love and Hip Hop, Rasheeda and Kirk are on that show. And Rasheda is that girl that she was a rapper, and Kirk was her manager. You know the girl that's saying, "You make me want to marry, make him want to marry me," that song. So they finally fixed all. Oh, I need to go look at mine's. Yes, Cody Cole, exactly. That's what we're finna talk about. So, I guess over last week, this must have happened last week, or recently rather. I'm gonna say last week because all this is allegedly. I'm just going by what I've read, what I heard, and my thoughts. So this is what they say happened. Kirk and Rasheeda, daughter, which is actually Kirk's daughter, had a live-in boyfriend who was a big-time Atlanta rapper named T Hood, and her brother, Kai. They all lived in this house. At some point, there was a domestic violence incident, and then another one of Kirk's and Rasheeda's son was called over to the residence. Something happened in between there to where they unalived. The boyfriend was unalived. He was pew-pewed 5 times in the back, in the chest, in the stomach. I know that's where they said some of his injuries came from. They say, allegedly, that Kirk and Rasheeda came and swooped up one of the brothers, which I think they're saying is the one that actually lived in the house, and is hiding him. And now the police are saying he is the #1 suspect in this incident. Now, let me just tell you, now after the incident, let me just say this. They said that the police was not called right away. There was some time where they were cleaning up stuff before the police had came and all that kind of stuff. Those are the accusations. Now, the sister has gotten on social media and basically said, my man, my man, my man, my man. I love my man. That's my man. And we would have been back together. And I didn't call nobody over here. All of that. Now, the brother, the older brother, said, she called me and told me she needed help. That's why he came to the house. Now, that's where I kind of want to stop in this conversation. She called me. I came over there, and now the boyfriend is unalive. And you got one brother on the run. I want to talk about, y'all, I sound like I'm about to be preaching. You know how the preacher say, I'm going to give you a synopsis and I'm tell you what I'm talking about. But I do. I want to talk about, stop putting these men in danger. And I want to talk to the women. And what I mean by that is, and I'm going to catch up on the comments. If you are in, this may be an unpopular opinion, but I'm going to stand 10 toes down on what I say because I believe what I say. If you are in a domestic violence situation and you know you are not leaving that situation, stop calling the men in your life to come over there and put themselves in harm's way or hurt someone else and now they're going to jail. And I know that sounds harsh, but at the end of the day, your family members, the men in your family love you. And when you call them crying, upset, they're coming. And then when they come, and I know y'all all know a situation that has happened. They'll go over there, beat the boy up, and then she be right back with the boy. So that's kind of where I stand on it. And I want to kind of see what you guys, how y'all feel. Kirk's baby mama active. See, I haven't watched the show, so she's on the show. That baby mama is off the hook too. That baby mama never know her place. She was a side chick that thought she was the wife, but that's a whole nother story. Yeah, and one of the sons got pewed in the ankle. Yes, exactly. So I feel like then they were just pewing all over the place. No aim, no nothing. Like, what are you doing? What are we doing? You said you with me, one right? You right? Yeah. And this is another thing. The sister is throwing the brothers all up under the bus, girl. Like, she did a whole post talking about her man. All right, y'all. So let's put on the Hydrogen, and we're gonna use it as an under skin glow and a foundation. I'm not gonna put it on my eye. I'm not gonna really put much up here because my bangs. I think I put way too much. Way too much is on my face at this point. I'm gonna use my Refer LOC3. I'm gonna have to take some of it and put it up here because, honey, I got a lot on my face. Let me catch up on the comments. Remember when the football player in Florida that pewed his ex's brother because old girl called and lied, tried to ruin that man's life? See, and she lost the exactly. Women need not be calling no one, especially if they gonna get right back in the situation. Men are losing their lives or foolishness. Exactly, son. And that's how I feel about this situation. Like, I feel like this is a situation where, and this is what I don't understand. One of the brother that, there's so many layers to this. Allegedly, the one brother that did the pewing, he lived with them. So he lived with the sister and the boyfriend. So he probably saw a whole lot, you know what I'm saying? And maybe he just got tired. And in the police report, the police said that the girl did sustain injuries. They didn't say what type of injuries she sustained, but evidently there were some injuries that she got from the situation, from the altercation. But my thing is this, for her to go on social media and basically say they needed a mind, I didn't call them, I didn't expect for this to happen, I loved him, and I would never, want anything to happen to him, and no matter what, we was gonna be right back together. Well, if you knew that, why call the brother? That's what I have a problem with. If you knew that you were going to be right back with homeboy, and some people have that, those type of dysfunctional relationships, they fight to make up, they be in abusive situations until they get tired. But my thing is, if you know this is your situation, y'all look at my skin, the glow, you know that you're not leaving. Why are you calling people? And hypothetically, if she did not call, and it was the other brother that called, the older brother, because it was the older brother he called, then You know, sometimes you have to learn how to not get in people's relationships. And it's sad to see your family member in a very toxic relationship. It is sad. It's hard to ignore. It's hard to act like you don't see what's going on. But at the end of the day, we have to know, like, they're not going to get out of this relationship until they are ready to get out of the relationship. Y'all see my gray hair? Yeah, I feel like you're really putting people in harm's way. And now you got a situation where parents have 3 of their children involved in a very serious situation. Okay, y'all, let's see how this bronzer gonna look as a face powder. I want a fluffy brush. Let me use this because I don't want a lot. We just gonna set it. You know, and that's why I'm like, and this is another thing too. Their name is coming up in it. The parents' name is coming up in it because it's being said that they came and picked the boy up, the son up. How do y'all feel about that? How do y'all feel about that? As a parent, if your child was involved in something like that, are you getting ready to pick him up and hide him out? Y'all, I like this look. So this is without the powder, although I'm sweating because I'm hot. This is with the powder. Like, are you going to pick up your kid and they're involved in a situation like that? Y'all, this may be my little go-to. Son said, "Mines will know I'm not going down for no foolishness." Yeah, because that's accessory. You're accessory. Committing accessory to a crime. I'm not going to pick you up. I'm sorry. I don't think I'm saying I'm not, because I'm not in that situation, but I don't believe that I am. And I get the brothers, going over there. Their sister called. So it's like, you don't want to not go and something bad happens. So they're going to come. People are going to come to your rescue. But hey, Alicia, I need to reach out. Alicia, we got to talk because I need you. This is your month. I got to get with you. Yeah, what y'all think about this? I like this. I'm sweating though. I'm hot. I like this little look. So we just did concealer, my Hygiene bronze, and then I just topped it off because y'all know I love the way this bronzer makes my skin look, but it's not deep enough as a bronzer. But I feel like I can definitely use it to set in the summertime. I'm liking this. A quick, easy, simple look. 3 products. I'm not gonna wear it. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I might add a little highlighter. Let's do a little highlighter. Let me find a highlighter that got a little color. Because this will be a nice, quick little 5-minute face. Thank you. And we only got 3 little products. And I feel like it's giving me of course I'm gonna put some on my lips, but we'll do a little eyeliner. I'm gonna do a black eyeliner. But my thing is this, like, nowadays, I'm using y'all as a mirror. Nowadays, people don't fight anymore. Because this was my next question. Okay, we're going to say, hypothetically, he was over there knocking her head in between the washing machine, right? But this was why did we have to pew pew? If you have two brothers on the scene. Oh, let me give you another piece of the puzzle. She said, the sister said that the boyfriend was recovering from being pew-pewed 3 times before. So I guess he had been pew-pewed 3 times and he was in recovery. So I'm taking that to be, you know, had the brothers decide to 1-2 him, it probably wouldn't have been that difficult. You feel me? Like if he's recovering from being pew-pewed 3 times already, why we just didn't fight? Why did we have to get, you know, pew-pews involved? And I'm saying that because, you know, there's only certain things you can say on YouTube. Why y'all just didn't beat him up? Why is going to that level your first thought of how to deal with conflict? Yeah, that's what I said. Why I didn't understand. Right, people if you don't want to be helped, stop bringing other people in your business. Like, why make the phone call when you evidently, you know, you out here saying it, and after the fact, you're saying we would have still been together. So you know y'all were not gonna break up, no matter what he did to you. You were gonna stand by your man, your man, your man, your man. Then why call your brothers? Why not just let it be what it is? It is what it is. We over here doing what we normally do, and we're gonna be back together no matter what. Oh, I know what I'm gonna use as the highlighter. What color is this? Miss Pluto. REM's this little bronzer highlighter. Y'all like that. We're going to use a little bit of that. You know what I mean? Like, you already know you're not going anywhere. But I don't understand, like, I've seen cases where the brothers come and they just beat the boy up. You know what I mean? Because if you beat him up, you ain't got to really worry about going to jail. But once you start involving weapons, there's a likelihood somebody going to jail or someone's going to lose their life. And it's 2 of y'all. It's 2 brothers. Yeah, I agree, Coley Cole. There's a lot of stuff though. There's a lot of stuff that's on the internet that is desensitizing the youth and glamorizing a lot of things that should be glamorized. Yeah, they don't fight anymore. Hey, Noel. Yeah, they don't fight anymore. And now you have a person unalive, 2 brothers in trouble, and a sister out here looking crazy. And I do, you know, I don't really watch Love and Hip Hop anymore, but I do feel sorry for Kirk and Rasheda because at the end of the day, that's 3 of your kids, 3 of your children involved in unaliving. Because I feel like this, if they were cleaning up, that's a tampering with evidence. So y'all going to jail for that. Right, people are too quick to do anything but figure out a different way of conflict resolution. They automatically are going to weapons. And this is something else that I thought was kind of crazy. They said that he was pew-pewed in the back. So that means he was fleeing the scene. And the sister said it herself. He was leaving the house. So if he was leaving the house, why are we doing that? Like, hey Tanya, we're talking about the situation with Kirk and Rasheda's children, where the sister's boyfriend was unalived by one of the brothers, or maybe both of them were pew-pewing, and now they're saying that Kirk and Rasheda is hiding him out. And now the sister is online basically talking about my man, I love my man, I'm gonna be with my man, I don't know why this happened. And the brother's like, you called us over there because he was knocking your head in between the washing machine and the dryer. And that's another thing. I'm glad you said that, Angela. Angela says it's crazy you want to live the life that you rap about. I don't even understand why people rather video crime instead of exactly. It's so crazy to me. That's so I don't even understand that. Yeah, I haven't watched the show in years. This is just, all over my time feed of what's going on. But that's another thing. These are young people that have access to wealth, to where, and maybe that's why they didn't, I just thought about this. So maybe that's why they didn't call the police, because maybe she didn't call the police because she didn't want to have her parents' name all in the tabloids or whatever. So that could be, but still. But I feel like in this situation, and I may be totally wrong because I wasn't there and I don't know, but based off of the information that I see, I feel like this young lady was okay with the abuse. Whatever abuse was going on, because she's riding too hard for her man. So you must have been okay with just your situation. And maybe your brothers was looking at the situation like, no, we ain't. But if you were okay with the situation, why call the brothers over there? And that's my biggest thing. Stop putting these men in danger. I've been married almost 34 years. I have never, ever called my brothers to come to my house and try to check my husband. Because I feel like if I get to that point where I either have to call the police or my family members to come, then the relationship is over. This is it. I'm leaving. I'm not going to be here no more. This relationship has ended. Wow, that's dirty. Just let him leave. And she's silly because they called. Right. Okay, well, reason why I say okay with the abuse, this is why I say that. She made it very clear in the post that whatever they were going through, they were going to be back together. Feel me? And the police said that she sustained injuries from the altercation. So that's why I'm saying that. And what I mean by that also, sometimes, and we all probably have known someone who's in a very bad relationship, and you've talked to them, you've prayed with them, you offered them a way of escape, but until they get tired, they are going to stay in that relationship until they are done dealing with that relationship. And that's what I mean. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, if that person is not ready to say, you know what, I'm ending this, I want out, I really need help, I don't want to go back, you can do all the backflips, you can do everything, and they will go back to that person. They will go back to them. But why would you call your brothers over there knowing you ain't planning on leaving no matter what he doing? He can knock your head all the way from this to the window to the wall and you still gonna stay there. So why call your brothers and now boyfriend is unalive and now y'all going to jail? Right, tired is the word. They have to get tired. There's nothing you can say or do until they say, you know what? I'm sick of this crap. Right, the average takes over 7 times to leave before they truly leave the relationship. Absolutely, Tanya. So during those 7 times, you've called your brothers over there 7 times, knowing you about to be right back with the guy. You know, you're gonna be right back with him. And now your brother's coming, and not only are your brothers, you're putting them in danger, but you're putting them in danger because if they go over there and do something, they could possibly go to jail, right? But then if they go over there, your boyfriend or your husband can do something to them. Right, after a while, people stop coming. And that's all I'm saying. It's like, as women, we have to also take some accountability and responsibility when it comes to those type of situations. And I ain't saying suffer in silence. That ain't what I'm saying. But if you know you're not going nowhere, don't involve other people in your mess to the point where, and this is something the girl said. She said, because she tried to say she didn't call the brothers. She said, I'm the only girl, so I wouldn't call my brother because I already know what they're going to do. But the brother said she called me over here. So I don't know who's telling the truth. So you already know. And ladies, we know. I know if I call my brother, he come in blazing. You know what your family members are going to do. If my sister-in-laws call my husband, he gonna take care of business and ask questions later. So you already know what type of energy people are coming on when you call them and say, I need help. And ain't no real man gonna be able to walk in a room and see his sister with a black eye, busted lips, and homeboy over in the corner talking crap. You already know it's gonna escalate. Right, they could have got hurt too. Yeah, exactly. The brothers could have been unalive. How did Tanya? Thank you. Well, okay, Tanya. One of the brothers, and that's what I'm saying. One of the brothers lived with them, so it was the sister, the brother, and the boyfriend all lived in this house. Now, the older brother that came, he didn't live in the house. So somebody in that house had to have called the older brother and said, hey, I need you over here right now. Because, like, how would he know what was going on? Exactly. Exactly. I'm going to go in my bronze palette. That's what okay, now let me go. I'm going to hit what Tanya's saying too. Now, I'm talking about the daughter. Now, I'm talking about the sister and her role she played. But now let's also, and I'm not trying to speak bad on the unalive, but how bold are you? That lets me, and this, what I'm about to say lets me know that this was not a first time occurrence. How bold are you to lay hands on the sister and you know the brother lives there too? Like, and the reason why I say it had to have been something that happened more than once, because I feel like that was a norm. You know what I mean? Like you don't even think, oh, her brother downstairs or her brother upstairs. Like, you didn't have no fear of the brother? Right, and that now you can't beat up my family member while I'm in the house. But my first go-to would not be a weapon. Now it might be, I don't know, a bottle might be a weapon, so I don't know, but it's gonna be, It's gonna be that first. Like, bruh, is you crazy? Have you lost your mind? You didn't know I was in the house? So it's a lot of moving parts in that situation, but I just wanted to really focus in on women have to stop doing that. And I'm not saying if you need help, don't call. But if you call, you got to be willing to walk away and not go back. Unless the brother was scared of the boyfriend, that's why the older brother was called. That's a good point, Tanya. That's another. Tanya, look at you CSIing over here. That's a good point. Because the brother that lived with her was not the older brother. It was the younger. I don't know if he was younger than her. I just know he was a younger brother in the, in the hierarchy of the children. So, but I don't know where she fell. And no, he was the younger. Now that I think about it, because the older brother and her are Kirk's children, older children. And the one that lived with her is the child that Kirk and Rasheda shared together. So he was the younger brother. Right. At some point, people have to grow up and come out of toxic and dysfunctional relations. Yeah. Absolutely. So, yeah, maybe he was afraid of him. Maybe that's what it was. And maybe that's why the boyfriend didn't care about, one-twoing her. If that's what happened allegedly. I'm saying allegedly because I wasn't there. I don't know. I just want to talk about women. Stop calling your brothers and your uncles and your daddies when you know you ain't going nowhere. And that's the crazy part. You know you're not going nowhere. And now when you get to the family function, everybody looking at you and the boyfriend crazy. Because see, this is the thing. When you and your man fall out, y'all make up, right? But when you and your man fall out and now you don't put your whole family in it, the family don't be so forgiving. The family don't forget. So now the family no longer like the boyfriend, because now the family looking like, you know what I'm saying? So it just adds a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff to the pot. Well, see, so the boyfriend was he's an up and coming rapper in Atlanta. So he had his money. Now, I don't know why the brother and sister, because they said he lived there. All of them were living there. So I'm not sure finance-wise what to do. I do know that the young man that was unalive does have a child too. So that child doesn't have a father anymore. Okay, I have one that lives out of town and would catch the flight. First things for exactly, if you call them, exactly. So you know, when you pick up that phone and make that phone call, you know how your people are. Ain't nobody care to tell you how your family members are going to react. You know which one to call that's going to come and be more diplomatic. And then you know which one going to come and take care of business and ask questions later. Yes, the relationship with the family is over. Once you put your family in your relationship and something bad go down, baby, they looking at, they ain't gonna never like him. And they gonna look at you like and tell you to your face how stupid and crazy you are. I think I'm gonna go with this color. So that's all I really wanted to talk about. And I'm not saying if you're in a domestic situation that you should not call for help. That is not. I'm gonna repeat that for those in the back that want to purposely misunderstand what I'm saying. I am not saying that you should not call for help if you need help and you're in a domestic violence situation. What I am saying is, if you know in your heart that you're really are not about to leave this relationship, and you're willing to deal with that type of abusive relationship, don't be calling people and asking other people to get involved in your mess, and then they end up in jail or unalive because you just calling and you know you ain't about to do nothing. Y'all, we was doing a 5-minute face. If I wasn't talking to y'all, y'all know I would be done. She cute, she cute, she cute, she cute, she cute. I like this little look, y'all. This definitely could be a cute little 5-minute face. Did I put on? I'm putting on a little mascara, and we're gonna put on a little lippy, and we're done. And we have 46 minutes, y'all. Yeah, everybody else mad at the boyfriend or the girlfriend, right? And you over there, girl, up in the bed with the girl. Yes, yes, yes. Exactly, exactly. Hold on. Hold on, what happened? Yeah, yep, and we can't stand her husband to this day, and she's been dead since 21. See? Exactly. And that's how it is. Like you can expect you can bring someone into the darkness of your relationship and then expect them to be like, hey, what's up? What's up? Son-in-law or brother-in-law or whatever. No, we don't like you. We don't like you. And if she wasn't our sister, we wouldn't like her either. I was trying to point out that our children sometimes make bad decisions, but not like that. Some of our children know when to fold and when and when to walk away from violence. Exactly. And that's another thing too. Let me catch up because I do got something to say about that, Cody Caller. Right. If you don't call for help, stress your family out and you ain't going nowhere. Right, girl. Ain't that right? Wear them bangs. Don't have to worry about the brows. Period. Now, go back to Cole's statement. I also believe, and I am not saying that the parents have they at fault in any type of way. But what I will say is this. When you raise your children to think that there are no consequences to their actions, they are more likely to be reckless. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I was raised that, you do something bad, you're going to jail. You know what I'm saying? I was raised, I'll never forget, like, my mama had me petrified of relations. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So that's why it took me such a long time to have relations, because I'm like, oh, well, I don't know about all that. But we were taught that there's consequences. But I feel like sometimes, especially this newer generation, they think that the rules don't apply to them. And I feel like sometimes when you have money, your kids may grow up thinking that the rules don't apply to them, and they may be a little bit more reckless. So I'm not saying Kirk and Rasheda are, to blame with what their kids are out here doing. Because it could be anybody's family. That could be anyone's family, That could be my family. But again, like you said, your kids know when to, and when not to. because they are aware of the consequences. And that's why I also say too, it's not good to have all these pew-pews because people get so emotional and they don't understand there's multiple ways of solving conflict, and they decide to solve it by pulling out a pew-pew while they emotionally, they upset. And once you do that, ain't no coming back from that. There's no coming back from that. Like, you would think that would be the last resort. Oh, and they are trying to say that it was self-defense, which I don't understand how they're going to say it was self-defense if he was pew-pewed in the back. And he was pew-pewed 5 times. Let me catch up on the comments. I'm catching up. That's true. Yeah, they're not in a very, Kirk and Rasheda are not in a very functional or healthy relationship. So, and there may be another reason why she's okay dealing with what she's dealing with. These new kids don't care about nobody but themselves. That's true. A lot of them don't. They really are self-absorbed. Right. Once you get to a certain age, you know right from wrong. Some, but not all parents are responsible for their children's behavior. Yeah. Okay, unless he was in the act. Well, they say he was leaving. Yeah, they say he was leaving. So I'm not sure, but it's just like, come on, y'all. I'm looking for... Let's go with some lippy. And this is something which I know most of y'all already know this, but when you have like right now, I feel like I have a very neutral face, and it was a quick 5-minute face. And if you want to add a little bit of pizzazz, go with a bold lip. So we're going to go with a bold lip, but I'm going to tone it down also. That's my look for a liner, y'all. I always have to sharpen it. I'm going to use my lip liner from Chanel. It's the deep dark brown. And while I do that, y'all, we're about to get off of here. Look at us, 53 minutes. Who are we? Who are we? Where's my... Yeah, leaving takes self-defense off the table, right? Girl, the sister giving up all, talking about, and this is how she starts her post, y'all. I've been told by multiple people not to speak. Well, then shut up. Shut up. When I say she over there, honey, telling all the business, told all of it on the internet, on a social media, and that's another thing that you are in the middle of a whole unaliving situation. Why are you on the internet talking? Not only are you involved, but 2 of your brothers are involved. Why are you on the internet talking? I don't understand. Somebody take her phone. Like, you should not even be able to have a phone if you that ignorant to the fact of what you're putting out on social media is going to be used against you in court. And if it ain't going to be used against you, it's going to be used against your brothers. And then not only is she making posts on the internet, y'all, she is making phone calls to the family members of her boyfriend, and they are recording the phone calls, and they're posting the recorded phone calls, portions of the phone calls on the internet. Oh yeah, girl, she's definitely gonna have to testify against her brothers. Right? They don't understand the difference. It's a difference from me saying, yeah, look at my outfit of the day versus my brothers was involved with an unalignment. And this is what I got to say. And y'all not going to be playing with my name and my man. And I don't care who it is. And I didn't call nobody over there. And it. Girl, shut up. Like, what are you doing? I can't find my doggone my pencil sharpener. A gag order? Exactly. Very messy. Very messy. And if I was the brothers, let me say this. I'ma say it. If I were the brothers and you called me over there, and the things that went down the way that it went down. And now you on social media talking about my man, and how I love my man. I cuddle up with my man every night, and I'm gonna block your eye. It's gonna be me and you. It's gonna be me and you. Because, girl, what are you doing? Like, for real? Well, I guess I'm not going to use this lip liner because I cannot find. So they all special, right? Girl, I was so tired of her. She wasn't saying my man. But if you listen, the way the post read is my man. That's my man. I love my man. I lay next to my man every night. I cuddle with my man. And we would have been back. We would always be together. My man. Well, if he was all your man, why is you calling your brothers? And why is he knocking your head against the washing machine and the dryer? I don't know if I'm able to get enough out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, girl, go sit your butt down. And if she did not call the brother and it was the other brother, then that's something totally different. Oh, I love this orange. This is my Gucci, y'all. I like this, but my lipstick broke. It broke. What's the name of this one? Oh, I can see so much better. I can see clearly now. My glasses on. But anyway, I can't still see. What's this? Y'all know that it's the famous orange one. Agate orange. So that's what I'm gonna say about. See how my look like I did a lot more now that we have a nice bright color on. That just upped the look, even though the look before really neutral, plain, bold lippy will make your look like you took it up multiple notches and you really didn't do nothing but just add a bold look. But y'all, that is it. We have 59 minutes and 47 seconds. Look at me on time. But y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this conversation. Y'all said that you guys, thank you. You said that you like more topics about current events. So that's what I'm trying to give y'all on Wednesday nights. Look at this. We got 10 views, 10 likes. I love y'all. Y'all ride with me. I appreciate y'all. For those in the replay, gang, what's up? Love you. Thank you. I think I am caught up with the comments. All my content creators, let us know what you got going on. First of all, Angela, if y'all not following Angela, I'm going to need for y'all to follow Angela. Follow Angela. Doing life with Angela. Angela, when we meet, you got to take me to that seafood place. Because, girl, I know you said you're not eating no more. But when we meet up, that's where I want to go. I want to go there. Yeah. And I ain't afraid of the hood. So I want to go. Because that food looked so good. And I want to try the Fenty. The one you got, because this is the one I have. But you got it in like a lotion. And I want to try that. But, all right, y'all. That is it. You know you didn't have no shrimp today. Okay, you guys. I'm about to go. Oh, she ain't talking to me. No, I didn't get no blush. But that is it, you guys. So to all my new subscribers, I see you. I appreciate you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you know what you need to do, right? Hit that button so that I can save you a seat at the Grown Women's Table. And until the next video, bye-bye. All right, y'all. Oh, Elisa said she posted a video on YouTube and on IG with her face. Oh, girl, I'm about to go check it out. All right, y'all. I'll see you later.